from 36th sloka, chapter number 3 of Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga. The other day, we have seen how Bhagavan is taking Arjuna to higher level of real sannyasam, which probably could discuss or maybe a foundation for further discussion on the Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and at last leading towards Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. Now, having heard this, Arjuna, who was in the beginning of the chapter, when Arjuna shooted a few slokas to Krishna, his contention, his argument was on what I am supposed to do. Vamisreneva vakyena buddhim mohayasiva me tadegam vada nischitya ena sreyoha mapyunam. What is that I am supposed to do that brings me sreyas, is what he was asking. So what Bhagavan explained was, take your Atma and Manas and the Buddhi in the same level, so that you will be able to take your activity to the Shreyas level. So do that with full devotion. That is what Bhagavan said. Now, having known this or having described this, what is that Arjuna has in question? Arjuna will ask one question in sloka number 36, and then the rest of the slokas in the Adhyayam up to 43, 6 verses, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Yeah, 8 verses from 36 to 43. The answer is given. 37 to 38 and 39 gives an answer directly to Arjuna's question, which is asked in 36. Then 40, 41, 42, 43. The 4 slokas are how to overcome the troubles. Where Arjuna had this question is what happens. So let us go through the slokas from 36 to 43 and then continue looking at it in detail. Arjuna uvacha athakena prayuktoyam papam charati purusha anischinnapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. Sri Bhagavanuvacha kama esha krodha esha rajo guna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidyena miha vairinam dhumana vriyate vanni yatha darsho malena cha yadholbe navrto garbha tatha tenedamavrutam avrutam nana metena nanino nitya vairina kamarupena kaundeya dushpu renana lenacham dushpurenana lenacham Indriyani manobuddhihi asyadhishtanu muchyate etair vimohayastyeshaha nana mavritya dehinam tasmat त्वमिन्द्रियाण्यादौ नियम्य भारतर्षभा पाप्मानं प्रचहि ह्येनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम् इन्द्रियाणि परन्याहु इन्द्रियेभ्यः परं मनः मनस्सस्तु परा बुद्धि यो बुद्धे परतस्तु सः एवं बुद्धे परं बुद्ध्वा संस्तभ्यात्मात्मनात्मना जिहि शत्रुं महाबाहो कामरूपं दुरासदम्. This ends the third chapter, Karma Yoga. So the question what Arjuna is asking is Athakena Prayuktoyam Papam Charati Purushaha Anishchinnapi Varshneya Baladiva Niyojitaha. Why, when these things are, as you said, where Manas, Buddhi and Atma has to become one to get into that level, why people are getting forced, driven, urged, pushed to commit sinful actions in this world? It is not actually the trouble of Arjuna which Arjuna is concerned here now. Now here Arjuna is concerned about why people are, why every person, why any individual, what compels, what forces para, such people to do these sort of papa karma. Why are people involved in such papa karma is what Arjuna is asking. Athakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anishchinnapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. Arjuna uvacha. Arjuna asked, Arjuna told, Arjuna said, Athakena prayuktoyam. Then, Atha means then, Kena, by what? What is the reason? Prayuktoyam, Prayukta. What is impelled? I am one. What makes one? What forces one? Papam charati purushaha. To commit papam, sin, sinful action. Why people are doing wrong things? Charati, doing, getting involved. Purushaha, a person. So that means it is not for Arjuna. Purushaha is a person. Why a person is doing? Including, now he is not that selfish because Bhagavan pulled him up. So he is not only asking for his purpose. Now Arjuna is asking for a common person because he has raised to that level. Papam charati purushaha anishchinnapi varshneya. Anishchinnapi. Anishchin is without unwillingly, without his own manas, without getting totally involved by himself, by force, anishchinnapi, unwillingly, api, even with all these details what you give, vrishneya, who belongs to that category of Vrishni. Who is that? Bhagavan Krishna. Why Krishna? Why unwillingly, with the force? Why somebody is driven? Why somebody is pushed? Why somebody is urged to do such things? Baladiva niyojitaha. By force. Why people are getting engaged into this? sort of activities. Why people are sinfully in action? That is what the question. Because Bhagavan said, if you are not totally involved with your manas, with the passion, with great dedication, devotionally, if you don't do any activity and you keep involving in somebody's activity which is not yours. In the earlier sloka, what was said? Sreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swa anushtitat swadharmat Nidanam Sreya Paradharmo Bhayavaha. Why people are then getting involved in somebody's activity? Why people are getting into something which is not of their choice, not of their action? Why people are getting pushed to this? This is the question. Arjuna Uvacha Adhakena Prayuktoyam Papam Charati Purusha Anischinna Vivarshneya Baladiva Niyojitaha. What is the reason for that? Bhagavan directly is giving an answer. Next sloka start with Bhagavan's direct answer. Sri Bhagavan sloka number 37. Sri Bhagavan Kama esha krodha esha rejo guna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma Vidyena miha vairinam. So what is the purpose? Why? What causes people? What is that force which is urging people to do such papa karma? Direct answer. Kama. Desire. Only desire. Desire alone. Nothing else. Desire. Esha. This. Why this? Only desire. Krodha esha. Because of kamam, krodham will come. When you have kamam, what will happen? It gets into anger, krodham, wrath. Then, with that krodham, kama esha, krodha esha, rejoguna samudbhavaha. Where is this kamam and krodham coming? That comes from rejogunam. So why people are doing it? Because they have rejogunam. What is tamasic people do? They do sattvic karma. The sattvic people do sattvic karma. What do tamoguna fellows do? They keep idle. They don't do any action. If you are not doing action, that is the biggest papa. Now rajogunam will make you to do things, but you may do wrong things. The Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogam will explain what is good, what is bad, why the category is done and all that. Kama esha, krodha esha, the desire and krodham, both rejoguna samudbhavaha, that starts in rejogunam. And then mahashano, with that what happens? All unstoppable activities will happen. What is rejogunam? Anything which they get into, the tivrada will be there. The spirit of action will be there. The spirit of action will be that extent, it is unstoppable, right? Devouring, the totally get immersed into that. Mahashano, mahapapma, greatly sinful action only they will do. Very, very sinful action. And that becomes unstoppable. They will not listen to small advices by somebody else. Because their blood will be boiling. Because Rajogunam is inside them. Vidhyena miha vairinam. Vidhi, no. This, what is that? That which they do, unstoppable things, are all sinful. And then, what is the result of the sinful action? They become enemy. They get enemies. They become enemy. Whatever they do become, which can cause enmity. Not by themselves they get spoiled. The society will have the influence. Because when somebody does a wrong thing and then somebody is doing a sinful thing, the people will start discussing and talking and then involving and knowing and seeing such things. Therefore, it will have an influence in the society also. So, what is this problem? This problem is all because of the Rajogunam. श्रीभगवानुवाच काम एष क्रोध एष रजोगुणसमुद्भवः महाशनो महापाप्मा विद्येन मिह वैरिणम्. This is where you know this is why it is happening. So rajogunam, that results in the kama, dvesha, raga and ultimately the vairinam. The enemies will start coming to them. Now sloka number 38. What does it say? The sloka 38 is actually to describe how is that people are not aware, because Arjuna's question is having known this, having aware of this, because of all these lessons which you told, still why people are doing. That means that desire is still there in Arjuna. Whether what he does is the right thing or not, he is not sure. Whether running away is not correct, if I do this, whether that will become a thought process in which what he taught is not totally understood by me, that thoughts also will come to him. Therefore he is asking a generic question from which Arjuna can derive some clue. Therefore Krishna is giving beautiful poetical explanation to this, how desire is invading, taking up a beautiful simile in poetry. We don't know whether it is a simile or a metaphor. Simile is as this is that. When he say that becomes simile in poetry. And metaphor is what? Metaphor is something when you speak figuratively, you don't speak out this is what that. What do you do? Implicitly, an implied meaning, a hidden comparison will be given from which the listener can derive or relate from the unrelated activities which the poet is going to make. That is what the literature poet, a poetic literature, when somebody writes, they derive such metaphor in their poetry. So here it's a beautiful example of how a metaphor is given. That's a poetical aspect which one can derive from Bhagavad Gita. Sloka number 38. Dhumena vradaye vanni yadhadarshyo malena cha yadho labdana vrto garbha tatha teneda mavrutam. How is it covered? How is it covered? What is covered? That is covered with that. What is that is covered with that? That he will explain in the next sloka. But we know what is that covered with that. The Atma, which is a unification of Buddhi, Atma and Manas, is covered with that. That is what creates this problem. Already he told, Bhagavan told, Kama Esha, it is only desire. So what is that is covering the Atma, the beautiful, pure, the Jivatma, which is embodiment of knowledge. Hridaya Guhara Madhye Kevalam Brahma Matram, the most creative Atma of each one of us is covered. Why we are not very creative? Why the creativity part is not coming? Bhagavan is answering straight here. You are not creative because you have a desire associated with that. Without desire, you start working, the creativity will start functioning. You are not worried about the business part of what you are going to do. If you are not worried about the business part of what you are going to do, the business will flourish. You will become most creative person. That's what Bhagavan says. So he is taking example. What is that example he takes? Dhumena vriyate vanni yadhadarshyo malena cha yadhol bena vrto garbha tatha tenedamavrutam. Dhumena vrite vanni, as the fire is covered with the smoke. The fire is inside. That is why the smoke is coming. But the beauty of the fire is not seen because it is covered with the smoke. Though fire is inside, though ability is inside for every human being to become creative, he has got the inner potential knowledge with his Atma. Jivatma is highly Brahma. As God created every one of us with that Brahma inside each one of us. Why is it not coming out? Because it is covered with the desire. As fire is covered with the smoke. As fire is covered with the smoke. Nimisham jolitam se sreyam nadu dhumayitum chiram. Nimisham jolitam sreyam. It is better to become like a fire for some moment in your life than living like a fire with only smoke is outside. The fire is inside. Light is not coming, brightness is not coming, and heat is not coming that well. The sprout is not there. The beauty of the fire is not seen. Why? Because dhumam is what is covering it. So here also the same simile. Nimisham jolitam sreyam nadu dhumayitum chiram. Better to live like a spark for some moment than living like a smoke for longer time. Dhumena vrute vannihi. Yadha darsho malenacha. Like a mirror which reflects. If that is full of malam. Malam means dust. Waste. That is dusty. If your mirror is dusty, the mirror has no beauty. It cannot do its action. That becomes a useless mirror. You cannot call it as a mirror. Similarly, if you as a person, your Atma is not coming out, you are not living for the society around you, you are not a human being, you are not a social being, and you are covered with the total selfish desire, you are like a mirror covered with the malenacha. Yatha drsho malenacha. What a beautiful simile is this. And yadhol bena vrto garbha. Here there is a ray of hope. Why? Because Bhagavan is saying yadho lebna vrto garbha. As a embryo inside the womb, the covered with the garbhapatram, the life is inside. Why the hope? There is a hope that it will come out and then live after some time. So Bhagavan is not closing it. The mirror can be cleaned. The dhuma, if you give little air, air fan you give, then the fire will come out. Clean the mirror will start acting. Like the garbhapatram, from the garbha, when it become matured, it comes out as a baby. Therefore, the embryo is there, it has life. The mirror is there, it is not broken. If fire is there, it is not totally dead, only it is covered. So there is a hope. If you can get knowledge, your Jivatma can start becoming brighter and brighter. There is a hope for you. That's what Bhagavan indirectly giving. That is why I said it's a metaphor. Tadha tena dama vratam. That is how that is covered. What is that? Atma is covered with that. With what? With desire. With the kama. Tadha tena dama vratam. So therefore, there is a hope that dhumena vriyate vanni yathadrasho malena cha yadhol bena vrito garbha tatha tene damavrutam. So there is a hope for people. You start developing your inner effort of getting Bhagavan closer to you and be not selfish and get into that satsang and learn as much as you can, highly get into the upper level of spirituality. The Atma will, the Jivatma will become with full of Jnanam, and that Atma Jnanam you can get out with all the spirit. The Bhagavan continues with 39th sloka. Avritam jnanametena jnanino nityavairina kamarupena kaunteya purenana lenacha dushpurenana lenacha avritam jnanametena. Avritam, covered with what? That jnanam, that knowledge, with this, with what? The Atma Jnanam is covered with this, with that desire, which is blind desire. Jnanino nitya vairina. They are all vairinam, actual enemy. For whom? For jnanis, for the wise people. Desire is the enemy. Who is your enemy? Desire is your enemy. But then in our Purushartha, we keep saying Kamam, Artham, Dharmam, Moksham. These are all Purusharthas. All of them are what? So what is this? Which is your enemy desire? Uncontrollable, undesirable, unwanted, unlimited, unnecessary, unwanted places in front of unwanted places. Where, when, why, what, who, why, in front of whom, what for. Your desire determines whether it's a good desire or a bad desire. So desire is not bad. But here, total attachment is towards your desire. Without desire, even Bhagavan will not give lecture to Arjuna. Without attachment, Bhagavan will not speak. But that desire, what he speaks here, is unbounded. Rajogunam creates desire. Sattvic gunam also can create desire. That desire is useful. Okay. Jnanino nitya vairina. They are all enemies of jnanis. Such vairina. They are all actual enemies. Kamarupena kaunteya. In the form of desire, e kaunteya, o Kundi putra. That is with love. Whenever Kaunteya word comes, Bhagavan is with the full love. Better you should not have this, yeah? Because you are my boy. In that aspect only, Bhagavan is trying to say this now. Dushrupe, dushpurenana, lena cha. Dushpurena, which is cannot be unmeasurable quantity. The desire which becomes unbearable, that's dush, with all bad desire inside that. Dushpurena, all wrong things filled. That desire. That is why the dush word came there. Dushpurenena, analena, like a fire, it comes. What comes? The desire comes like a fire, unstoppable fire. With the full rajogunam it comes out. It is as if that, if you see somebody is unstoppably wrong things continuously doing, understand he has got a desire which is unstoppable. And that is all with the bad desire. And his basic guna will become rajas. So how you can change it? That can be changed always. That is why satsang is essential. That's why be with such people and looking at them. Those satsang with the people who are acharyas. Those who practice what they speak. Not gurus. Not necessarily those people who will show you the path. You have to be with them, look at them. Those people may not give lectures, but you look at them how they are giving lectures. And then don't have to hear. Just take some knowledge from that. Then they will start thinking about it. That thought process comes, that is good enough. That is the maturity which they should get. That is like cleaning the mirror. That's how giving wind to the fire. That is how the garbham becomes, the pregnancy becomes matured and the baby comes out. Like that, the good Atma may be showing the daylight. Possibly they can show. Right? Because always discover is possible. What is covered now? Atma is covered with the bad desire. A discover is possible. That is how the word discover came. Something is hidden inside and the cover is removed, discover will happen. So here there is a possibility. Avardam naname tena nanino nitya vairina kamarupena kaundeya dushpurena na lena cha. Like a fire, analena cha. Dushpurena analena cha. It will come out. So there is a hope. Now, what is that Bhagavan is explaining from 40 to 43, 4 verses? Way to overcome these problems which may stop somebody to see the bright enlightenment. That is what Gayatri Mantra says. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yo Naha Prajotayat. Come inside my manas and then do Prajotayat. Because you are lighting the whole entire world. Who is that sun? The sun is same Surya Vamsha where Bhagavan Krishna is coming from. Therefore, he has got Sudarshanam, good philosophy. That good philosophy with the grace of Gayatri, probably in each one of our Atma can be brightened. Please enlighten me. That is possible. Right? So, which are the methods? What is that is supposed to be done for discovering, removing the cover. Which is that cover? The cover of bad desires. The desire is not bad. Bad desires are bad. That is what Bhagavan is trying to, or that is what Bhagavan is pushing to Arjuna from this. Now, the reasons, if you understand, you know how it can be covered. So, how to cover that? How to cover the discover? How to discover the cover? That is what Bhagavan explains here. Indriyani manobuddhi asyadhisthana muchyate aityar vimohayatyeshaha jnanama vritya dehinam. Beautiful. Indriyani manobuddhi asyadhisthana muchyate aityar vimohayatyesha jnanama vritya dehinam. What does it say? Indriyani. Indriya is all the sensory organs, all the senses, 5 senses. Indriyani mano buddhi. Which is higher? Buddhi is higher or Indriya is higher? Definitely Buddhi is higher. But Indriyani mano buddhi. There is one in between. Manas. That connects Indriya to Buddhi. That is where the desire starts. Buddhi is higher, but the desire and Buddhi always will start fighting. Therefore, Buddhi have no control to the Indriyas. What controls my Indriyas? That is my Manas. How do people understand what is Manas? Manas is the software. Buddhi is your hard disk where the data is stored. Indriyas are input-output devices. The software only have to capture the input and output and give it to the hard disk where it can be stored. So, the software is what is acting in between the hard disk and the Indriyas. But hard disk is corrupted now. Why? Because the software is corrupted. So, what do you do now? So, all the input goes as wrong inputs. See, seeing is not bad. How do you interpret what you see is bad? Oh, the rain is beautiful rain. Today there was rain in Hyderabad. I wrote good rain. Assume you are a person who is outside and you don't have an umbrella. Then immediately what you will pray, oh Bhagavan, stop this rain. Why? You are not worried about the other people in this world. You don't want to get wet. And because of that selfishness, you will say rain is bad. See the beauty. So this desire is bad. So therefore, Indriya is what is putting inside the manas to interpret what is that Indriya is seeing. The senses gets to the manas, and that manas is what is controlling the Indriyas, or Indriyas are getting inputs or giving inputs to the manas, and that inputs is collected and then cleaned up and processed with the manas and then given to buddhi as knowledge. So what is to be done? That is the hierarchy. Indriya, manas and buddhi. Swadhishthana muchyate. Adhishtanam. That is the place where all these difficult things are happening. Aswadhishtanam uchyate. This is three things. Indriya, manas, buddhi. These things are the root causes for all that bad desire which covers the Atma. Either vimohayatyesha. By these, because of these, the false desire is coming. Vimohaya. It is not moham, it is vimoham. The hope is false hope, bad hope. That is what is given. Jnanamavritya dehinam. Jnanamavritya dehinam. That dehi is what? Atma. The soul. The English soul is confusing. That's why I am using the word Atma. The soul, spirit concept should not come. The Atma inside, the Jivatma inside, the spirit inside, the life inside, the creative Brahma inside each one of us is covered, and the knowledge is not given in the right direction by manas, no. By buddhi, no. By indriya, no. All the three of them together working as a basic cause, basic root. These covers the Atma. That is the problem. Indriyani mano buddhi aswa asyadhishtana muchyate. Asyadhishtana muchyate. Aityar vimohayatyesha. Jnana avritya dehinam. Jnanam avritya dehinam. That is what is causing the problem. The sense, the mind and the intellect. The indriyas, manas and the buddhi are the breeding ground for all the dirt which is coming as desire, which is covering the Atma. Now what is to be done? Now the root cause is identified. Diagnosis is over. Having the diagnosis done, now we have to identify the pathology is done. Now the doctor has to prescribe medicine. So Bhagavan is going to prescribe medicine now. Sloka number 41. Tasmat Tvamindriyanyadau Niyamya Bharadarshabha Papmanam Prajahi Hyenam Nanavitnana Nashanam. Earlier also, whenever Bhagavan says Tasmat, that means therefore. Therefore means because of this. That means my diagnosis is over. Now I am giving you prescription. Tasmat, because of, therefore, Indriyanyadau, because of the senses. Adau, in that actually the grooming session happens in the Indriya. The beginning is there. That is where it starts. That is where it is created. Niyamya Bharadarshabha. Having that Indriya which can be controlled, we will see who can control it. Niyamya Bharadarshabha. If you can control that, who can control it? We will see who can control it. If you can control that Indriya, because Indriya is what is creating problem. So if you can control Indriya, Papmanam Prajahi. Henam. That sinful action, prajahi, which kills, certainly it can kill, prajahi, it can kill, henam. That, what is that? The desire. So desire is from the indriya. So therefore you have to control the indriya. If you can control or kill that which creates this problem, the sinful action which is coming inside you, jnana vijnana nashanam, which is creating trouble for your knowledge, jnanam vijnanam, the realization, discriminative power. If that viveka buddhi, vivechana buddhi, that knowledge, that vivaram which you have, that knowledge which you have, that information which you have, that if you can control, that nashanam, whichever is that destroys your viveka vijnana buddhi. What is that? That desire. How can you control it? Tasmatam. That cause is indri. Therefore, indriyanyadau. Now Bhagavan identified. What is the root cause? Desire. What is the cause for desire? Indriya. Tasmatam indriyanyadau. Niyamya bharadarshaba. Papmanam prajahihenam. Jnana nashanam. That is what is creating trouble for your jnanam and vijnanam. Indriyas are the cause. Wonderful. So you identified what is that root cause. The virus is caught. The virus is your indriya, which creates the disease. What is the disease? The disease is your desire. The desire can be cured if the cause is cured. What is the cause? That is the indriyas. How do you do this? Now the next step, how to get that? What is the hierarchy in which you have to move? Directly you cannot hit. Radiation is not possible. Therefore, you will have to find out the symptom. The symptom is the desire. Where is the root cause? The root cause in your senses, the sensory organs. All the indriyas are corrupt. The input-output device is corrupt. How can the input-output device be corrupt? Is it a hardware problem? Eyes are not working. Eyes are functioning perfectly well. Now Bhagavan will tell the eyes are not the real problem. The next sloka, he will do a further understanding, because now you came to a level where you can listen. Oh, you are not the problem. Your indriyas are the problem. Now, how can be the indriya problem? He is going to explain. Indriyani paranyahu. Indriyebhya param manaha. Manassastu parabuddhihi. Yo buddhe paradastu saha. Indriyani paranyahu. Indriyani paranyahu. Indriyani parani ahuhu. That is superior to indriya. What is that superior to indriya? Manas is superior to indriya. Indriyebhya param manaha. Than the senses, superior is the manas. Therefore, the cause is in manas, indriya. Do you want to control indriya or you want to get into the manas? That is where we have learned in different contexts. Hatha Yoga Pradipika we explained. Ramana Maharshi we have learned. Shankaracharya's Upadesha Saram we learned. Everywhere we learned this. The same, it all came from the same source, Upanishad. And which is condensed and then given to us by Bhagavan in this Karma Yoga. Again it will get repeated in different chapters, coming chapters. Indriyani paranyahu, paranyahu. Indriyani paranyahu, indriyebhya param manaha. The manas is what is controlling my indriyas. Manassastu para buddhir. Manas is controlled by the buddhi. The buddhi will tell, hey, this is not the right place to do. Then you will not react sometime. Though you feel like crying, will you cry everywhere? No. Immediately the buddhi will tell you, hey, your friends are there, don't do that. You get angry, There are every reason for you to get angry. Immediately you know that the person whom you wanted to get angry is your boss. He is going to give you salary. Is it the manas which says you control your tongue? Don't speak, don't beat. No, it is your buddhi which says. Though you have a desire to scold, your buddhi will ask, stop, keep quiet. The biggest conflict is between the manas and the buddhi. The manas wanted to do, buddhi will say keep quiet. The manas don't want to do, buddhi will say do it. Your eyes will go and see somewhere which is not supposed to be seen. Immediately the buddhi will say don't see now because somebody else is watching you that you are seeing that. That is what the buddhi says. And it will give directions to manas, not now. Take your eye from that side and then look somewhere else. Turn the other side. Immediately your body will tilt. Indriyani paranyahu. Indriyebhya param manaha. Manassastu para buddhir. The control is given to buddhi. This is the greatest psychology classes. Eastern philosophy psychology class. That's what is happening. Yo buddhe paradastu saha. Yo buddhe, that buddhi which is paratastu, more superior, saha, that is what is to be kept with Atma. Your buddhi has to be surrendered to Atma, or beyond that is Atma. Now this is funny, yeah? What is covered with Atma? The question is, something is covering my Atma. What is it covering my Atma? My desire is covering my Atma. Okay, now you started investigating where is the desire coming from. We identified it is from Indriyas. And Indriya is controlled by Manas. Manas is controlled by Buddhi. That is why Bhagavan earlier said, all the three together is the place where it is creating this desire. So Indriya control is not good enough. Manas control is not good enough. Buddhi control is also not good enough. Because all of them together is the source where it comes. But the hierarchy is this. All of them have got an equal share. And all of them together what they do? They cover the Atma. But where is your Atma? My Atma, your Atma, our Atma. Our Atma is which covers all of them together. But then why this Atma is not able to control this Buddhi, Atma and Manas and Indriya and the desire? Because it doesn't have its own life. Because it has to reside in each one of our Indriyas. Because it has to reside in our Buddhi, Manas. Therefore, it is a subtle, very little energy which we have, which is not focused. Where we have to focus it, it has been over a period. In the childhood, we all had this opened up and then Brahma is given to us. By conditioning ourselves with bad fellows around us. Starting from the father, mother, those who have got all the papa bharam, all the useless desire in them. There is no point in scolding a 55, 56, 57, a 60-year-old person saying that your action is not correct. Where did they got it? Initially, they were all creative, loving, sparing, all that is there with them. But they have been conditioned by their parents. That is why looking at the children, even if when they are at 60 or 70 or 80 year old, you can see the reflections of their parents exactly resembling and they become ignorant. Atnanis, some mudhas. Creativity is not there. So better sometimes not to follow not to have reflections of your parents. The mudhada will not be transferred to you directly. Your indriya, your internal ability has to support you to become active and creative so that your conditioning will not work inside you. That conditioning has happened to your buddhi, conditioning has happened to your manas, and therefore indriyas are supporting, because indriya is only a tool where the manas and the buddhi is what is controlling it together. This is what is happening. So indriyani paranyahu indriyebhya param mana manassastu para buddhir yo buddhe paradastu saha. So what is the method? Satsang. Get into those people, surrender to them, who gives you knowledge, who makes you to think differently. Hey Arjuna, you need a little bit of tic-tac. Then you will become all right. That is what Bhagavan says. So therefore what is to be done here? With the buddhi, the control, buddhi, manas, and together with Atma, which can control. That is what in the later part also, uddharet atmanatmanam atmanam avasadhayat atmaiva hyatmano bandhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. Buddhi, manas, atma is interchangeably used as atma. These are all spiritual aspects inside you which has to sprout itself to be creative in your life, not following the system which probably is a dhumam, which a cover which has come to you, which needs to be cleared. Discovering is essential. So here the last sloka in this chapter, Karma Yoga, 43rd sloka. Evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmana matmanaha jahi shatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Evam buddhe. Thus, because of this, buddhe, the intellect which is superior, buddham param buddhva, knowing that it is buddhi which is higher than what? Higher than the manas. Therefore it is higher than the sensory organs. Samstabhyatmanam atmana. What should done? That has to cover the lower activity called the senses, mind, intellect. Everything has to be controlled by the Atma, which is the higher soul. But why is it not happening? Because it is too small. That the soul is not that, as it is samstabhyatma na atmana. Jahishatrum, its own Shatru, that has to be killed. Mahabaho, that is what is to be killed. A mighty armed Arjuna. That Jahishatrum, that to kill, that. What is that to be killed? The lust. It is not the word desire to be used. The bad desire is called lust. That lust, that bad desire. The lust is mistook sometimes. That is why the word is not used by me or by any translator probably. The bad desire, Jahishatrum Mahabaho, that bad desire, lust is to be killed. Kamarupam Suras Durasadam. Kamarupam Durasadam. That desire which is unstoppable, which is creating this trouble, that need to be controlled with what? With the buddhi, manas, atma, everything together. So indriyas, you don't have to worry because it can be controlled. Therefore, eva buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmanam atmana. Samstabhyam, getting together, joining together with that satsang. What are the satsang required? Buddhi, manas, and atma together. Who will generally will have a desire, uncontrollable desire, whose manas is more active, buddhi is less. The buddhi becomes more active, the desire becomes less. It gets automatically controlled because buddhi will control the manas. The buddhi doesn't work. If buddhi doesn't work, only your emotion works, desire works. The good manas is good, but good manas need to be controlled. You can have emotional, uncontrollable emotions are possible. You need to cry, you need to laugh, you need to enjoy, everything is must. But then the buddhi will tell, keep quiet, enough. Enough is enough. Yeah, you smiled, but don't smile all the time. Cry. Enough, cry. Stop immediately. So getting emotional feeling is not bad. What is bad? The buddhi is not controlling the senses. The buddhi is not controlling the manas. That is where the problem is. Why is it not happening? Because it has not reached to the Atma level. Where is Atma level? The creative level, in which you understand these small things doesn't matter in this world. Ultimately, what is that I am doing for the society is more important than being selfish in my own activities. If you have that feeling, you become more human and you become more social, and such a social being, less emotional and more buddhi will act. You look at the people, those who are more social, their buddhi is active, emotion is controlled. They are not social, their emotion is more and the buddhi becomes less. That is what the problem. Control this. Uddharet atmanatmanam atmanam avasadhayet atmaiva hyatmano bandhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmanam atmana jahish shatrum mahabaho kamarupam surasadam durasadam kamarupam durasadam. That is what Bhagavan says. Now the Saptashuddhi, Vak mana chakshusrotra gana jihwaredo buddhyagriti sankalpame shuddhantam. Exactly same. What is that Saptashuddhi? Vak, my word has to be controlled. But word cannot be controlled. Why? The word comes from Vak mana. It comes from the manas. Where do the manas creates these words? What is seen by the chakshu, srotra, grana, jihwaredo, buddhyagriti sankalpame shuddhantam. What is that I am seeing which becomes slightly uneasy for you? Then you will start using the word, and the word goes with the manas supported. But then who is hearing, who is understanding, who is telling, immediately has to say, okay, done. Let us not worry about it again. If that doesn't happen, it goes wang, wang, wang. Why? Because the desire is controlling the manas is controlling their life, but not the buddhi. Now let us go through the verses from 36, what we have seen today, and up to 43. With this, the Karma Yoga will be over. Fine. Arjuna uvacha athakkena prayuktoyam papam charati purusham anischinnapi varshneya beladiva niyojitaha. Sri Bhagawanuvacha kama esha krodha esha rejo guna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapmam viddehi viddena miha vairinam dhuma no vriyate vanni yatha darsho malena cha yadhol bena vruto garbha tatha tena तेनेदमावृतं तथा तेनेमवावृतं आवृतं ज्ञानमेतेन ज्ञानिनो नित्यवैरिणा कामरूपेण कौन्तेय दुष्पूरेणान्य अनलेन च. Now indriyani manobuddhi asyadhisthana मुच्यते ऐत्यर् विमोहयत्येषा ज्ञानमावृत्य देहिनं तस्मात्त्वम् इन्द्रियण्यादौ नियम्य भरतर्षभ पाप्मानं प्रचहिह्येनं ज्ञानविज्ञाननाशनम् इन्द्रियाणि परन्याहु इंद्रियेभ्य परम मनः मनस्सस्तु परा बुद्धिर् यो बुद्धे परतस्तु सः एवं बुद्धे परम बुद्ध्वा संस्तभ्यात्मानमात्मना जहिशत्रुं महाबाहो कामरूपं दुरासदम्. ओम तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे तृतीयोऽध्यायः कर्मयोगो नाम समाप्तः.